Today we'll be swapping out the exhaust on Summer. I was failing my emissions testing and came to find out that the faulty catalytic converter was to blame. Here you can see where that monster crack was. That's always fun. Today I'll be getting helping hands from Trevor and Jose as we just needed to get the car off the lift. So the first step is going to be to unplug that O2 sensor. Hopefully yours isn't bad like mine was. A bad O2 sensor will sometimes throw a check engine light for you, kind of go on and off intermittently depending on what's wrong with it, but thankfully they're pretty easy to replace. So here you can see the aftermath of removing those bolts from the base of the header that separates it from the rest of the exhaust. Now that the header's been removed from the rest of the exhaust, you'll want to very carefully remove it from the engine block. If you overdo it, you might end up pulling the stud from the engine, and that's not something you want to deal with. Here you can see a better shot of where the O2 sensor meets that header. These were both a nightmare, so we just plugged in the new O2 sensor to the new headers and just set them back in on the engine block. Give it a second as it takes a little bit of wiggling to get it back on the block, but it'll certainly drop in.
Snug and then quarter turn.
Now you'll thread in your hardware from the base of your header. If you can, I definitely recommend that you hoist something underneath your exhaust just so it doesn't fall. If not, just be aware of it. Now this is going to take a little more effort. Removing these exhaust hangers is a little bit of a nightmare, but with a flathead screwdriver you can make it work. At this point we started disconnecting the catalytic converter, and we're going to hang on to the two components here that come off. You can see those guys here. So now we're just removing the rest of those hangers. Here you can see the carnage of where we had to cut since the muffler was actually intertwined between one of the control arms. We just chopped that off and are now salvaging the hangers here so we can use those going forward. Now that we have those rubber hangers reattached, we can hang up the end of the exhaust and have a great example of some shop talk.
Okay, this looks weird.
You look weird. Now you can connect the rear end of the mid pipe to the muffler here. Just place that gasket in between those two bolts, bring those together, and be sure to hang that rubber hanger up top so that stays securely in place.
Universal.
Now bring these two together and bolt them right in. Now jack the stand up, make some goofy sound effects, install those frustrating rubber hangers so you can now mount the exhaust, and then shortly realize that it's been attached upside down.
Oh wait, it's upside down. See how low it is? Needs to flip a 180.
If you too have purchased the eBay special, you're probably going to want to make sure nothing like this is sticking out. Just grind it down or pull it out, it's pretty easy. Attach those two pipes with the gasket in between and make sure there is a snug connection between the two. Attach one end of the catalytic converter with the same steps. You'll see here an extender, which we'll get into in a little bit later, as the eBay special is far from perfect.
I have 3.
Next, get frustrated with the transmission jack that you were using and just use your head as a prop. It works. Now you can attach the top of the forked pipe to the base of your headers, scroll over, and realize just how poorly made your eBay kit is. So unfortunately for this we had to cheat a little bit. Normally this is an extension here that you can bolt down. We had to weld it just because it would not stick. It's on the very last edge there. Normally you'd be able to extend it here and you can see where that gasket would fit in between, and you just kind of draw those ends together so they make a nice seal. But after all that, you get to listen to the beautiful musical note of your labor.